Okay, getting started with the hair again. Right, I'm using E33. E33 is a lot darker than E21, but I'm still going to be using the E21 to be blending in rather well. Now, because I do have somewhat of a definite source of light, I'm going to have to do a little light barrier going across his hair, so I gotta work around the front of the manes. Okay, blend all that in. Coloring hair isn't a complicated process, but it does take a while. It's not hard, but it does take time because you gotta keep in mind that, especially when using marker, that you can't go over something and just expect to clean it up. And it's unlike color pencils. Color pencils, you have the ability to erase them and go over them and redo them. However, with marker, that's almost impossible. And if there was to be an erasable marker, it'd be like an erasable pen. It's just crap. I don't think it'd work at all. Okay, getting the now the back of the hair. You're going to see is going to be darker, and that's because there are a lot more shadows. Okay. Now I really think this picture is coming together, though. I really do. Okay. Boring just watching me doing this. I'm sorry, but I like doing it. Ha ha ha, I win. Now, let's see. We have all this hair. Rawr. I'm a little bit bored now. The only thing I do not like about coloring in hair is it does take a while. But one thing you can learn from this is the style that I'm doing in. My personal style is, I don't know what to call it. I mean, some people say I imitate, but I don't think I do because I drew this out of my own brain. But something that I want, I know a lot of people say, they can't watch these kind of videos because they'll end up copying that style. And, I'm going to be honest to you, if someone were to copy the way how I do things, I take it as a high compliment. And plus, but when also learning from a how to draw book or something, you're not supposed to draw the way they do. You're supposed to borrow the techniques and learn the techniques. And like one of the techniques that I'm teaching you here is how to simply, create a picture with just Copic markers, a few pens and a pencil. And when you think about it, it's not that many supplies, but to make something really neat like that. Alright, so just continue coloring. All this is just coloring in the fine details of the hair. Now you can see where I'm leaving places white. It's another good thing to notice is that I'm leaving them white. Alright, well, we got that. Alright, this is C1 Cool Gray. That's what I'm going to use to go over the bandage over his eyes, or his eye, might I say. And I'm just going to add in the where the creases lay. Where I drew the creases is where I'm going to add this color. Cool gray is a really good substitute. It's a good shade for white. So you want to go in between the folds, and that's how you create something that overlaps each other. So you have to go in between folds and around them, but they don't have to truly make sense. I mean, you have to be a real picky person in order to look at someone's artwork and say these folds don't make sense, and they're really tiny folds, something like this. Then that's when they just need a slap. It's like, dude, get a life, seriously. But yeah, just go in between the cracks, and you'll have something really, really fun to do. But just because, I have it gray doesn't mean it's going to stop me from doing anything special with it. Alright, it's gray. Now it's a whitish color. Now what am I going to do? I could be really creative, and I am. I'm going to use B00. This is a nice effect that I love to do. If you take B00 and cool gray and you blend them together, you get this really nice slate gray color. And it just looks really nice. It adds a really nice tint. And that's the advantage to Copic markers. Alright. Salmon pink. I'm going to use salmon pink to be... I'm just going to dab. Just dab like crazy. This is where the blood stain is going to be on the patch. Now, over his eye. Now, as you can see, I used a very light shade. Now, I'm going to use Colorless Blender to dilute the ink a little bit. Oh wait, it spreads a lot faster. That's what Colorless Blender does. It just dilutes it. And then I'm going to go over it with a crimson color. Oh, I'm using the wrong side. Hold on. And it's going to be a brighter tone, because if I make it a brighter tone, it looks like it's had to go through something, because nothing is truly the same shade. There's going to be some sort of dilution. It's going to look diluted somehow. And so if you make it diluted effect just by adding a lighter color, then you've done your job. Now going back over with salmon pink, sorry. And there you go, blood effect. Alright, there's about only 10 seconds left, but that's a good technique to learn to make something soak through, and you can use that same technique for anything else. Now, we're almost done, and we just gotta do some touch-ups. Thank you.